Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to talk about how can you be able to create services or items your company is rendering in QuickBook. Don't forget that we are dealing with QuickBook Desktop, either Enterprise or Premier. And in every company or every organization, it's either you are rendering service or you are selling items. So this is one of the key area you must be able to do when you are creating your account using QuickBook. So you can't just create anything in QuickBook. You must be able to tell the QuickBook that I'm rendering service or I'm selling items. So how can you be able to do this? Don't forget, in our last tutorial, we talked about how can you be able to create chart of account. I'm going to tell you why you should be able to know how to create chart of account first. You can go to our channel and you see the detail on how can create a chart of account professionally, which we have already discussed there. Although in this tutorial, we are still going to take one or two things that will relate to how can you be able to create chart of account, but we won't go into detail. If you want to get it in full and understand it very well, go to our channel. You will see the details about how can you be able to create chart of account there. Now, any company that is rendering service, for example of that one is this. Let's say you are into accounting firm, you do consultancy for company, you can help people to do audit, that is your service auditing. If you are into taxation, you help people to either to file their taxes, that is taxation. And if you help people to employ, you can call that one recruitment. So it means that typical example I'm giving to you for a accounting firm is rendering one, auditing, two, taxation, number three is recruitment. So that is services. Another one is this one. If you are into buying and selling, for example, if you are into supermarket, meaning that all the items that you are selling there, like milk, like chocolate, like biscuit, all these one, they're all items you are selling. That you cannot call that one service. They are all items. So if your company is not rendering service, it's going to be selling items. So how can you be able to create this thing without it? Without you creating item, without you rendering service or creating item for the creating services for the company, you cannot say you want to issue invoice, you want to issue receipt, you want to tell software that this company is buying this company is buying that. So after you have created of account, the next thing you have to create is either you are rendering service, all the services you are rendering and all the item you are selling. So how can you be able to do this one? That's what we are going to do for in today's tutorial. Don't forget to what? Subscribe to our channel so that you'll be having weekly updates on how can you be able to create and use your QuickBook Enterprise or QuickBook Premier, especially desktop, in your day-to-day activity in your business. Now, if you want to create set of account, you want to create items or services you are rendering, this is where you are going to do it. You will go to list menu, you will click item list. This is all what has been done with this company. If you look at it, you have seen services here. Can I come down? It's only services. It means this particular company is not selling items. Is doing what? Is rendering service. It's not selling items. So let me start with how can I be able to create a company that is rendering service. By doing that one, don't forget that I said you are going to click list. You will click items. You right click on empty space or anywhere on the screen and then you click new. I will click service. Look at all these things. I'm still going to explain all these things one by one, but right now we are dealing with how can I be able to create service and item your company is selling or rendering. So I will click service now. I come to item name or number. If you know that you are giving each item or each services ID, use number like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is ID for this item. And the service is what? Is, let's say, consultancy. I just type it under description. Consultancy. Now, here, under this account, is very, very important. In QuickBooks, anytime you are creating services or items, you must be able to attach it to a particular chart of account, especially income in time of services and cost of sales. These two areas is very, very important for you when you are rendering, you are creating services in chart in QuickBooks. You should be able to attach it to a chart of account. So anytime you are rendering that particular service on your invoice, it's going to be creating the any income you issue from that income chart of account. And anytime you are incurring expenses based on that services, the chart of account you have attached to your expenses side is going to be keeping the record of those expenses. So this particular one now, this is item number and this is the name of the services. I will mark this service inquire assembly or perform. So I will mark it. It's going to give me these expenses. But if you know that you don't incur any expenses on that particular services, you don't need to create this one. Example of that one is service charge, which you charge people. You might not be able to do what? You might not be able to, if not at least consultancy now, if everything is income, you spend money on other things. All the services, all this consultancy is purely income. You don't need to click it. But if you know that under this consultancy, you still spend money for people to achieve this, the best thing is for you to create this one so that you'll be able to attach the expenses account so that you'll be able to be tracking how much have you spent on it, while this income will be tracking how much have you make on these particular services. So now I will come here, which I've already created before. Don't forget that you have not creation of account. So let's say this one is consultancy. I go and look for the account I want to mark to it. If it's not here, I can create it. Let me quickly create it so that I want to achieve that one. I click add new to create it. Then I come here, let's say consultancy fees. Income. I'm just giving an example of that one. And I go to the last one that I've created under the income to know the last number they use. 60251. The next one will be 60252. I then create it. I click it. If I want it to be a sub of a particular account, all these ones they stand on their own. So I want it to stand on its own. So I don't need to come here and click save and close. Save anyway. You have seen that it's been put there. You have seen now. The same thing with my expenses. I can come here and look at the expense. If the expenses is not there, what I'm just going to do is just to go and create it so that I will attach it to it. I click add new, which it's when I scroll up, it will see there. So I will clear say consultancy expenses. Then I click here for me to check the last number they use under the expenses 66900. That's the last one. This will be 66901. 901. Now, so I just click what? Save and what? Save and close. You have seen that it has attached these two. It indicates that this particular area will be tracking all my income on consultancy, while all this area will be tracking all my expenses on that consultancy. We are still going to show it to you. Just remove it, I have to redo it again. So after I've done this one, I'm through with how can you create services using QuickBooks desktop. I then click what? Okay. If I look at next, if I know that I want to create another one, I want to create another services, I will click next. But if I'm okay, if there's only one I want to create, I will click okay. This one is just showing that spelling error, it doesn't understand what you mean by consultancy, but I can click, I can close it. If you look at it, it has been created along with it. So if you want to now see all this one, you will just discover that this particular one, they didn't use number, they use no let me right click on this and see go to edit. You see under the name, they use name, and under this description, they use the same thing. But if they have used number, so it indicates that if you know that you don't have ID for your services, you want to still use the same name. For example, let's say I'm doing training and I want to create it as part of here. I just right click here, click new. So instead of me to use number here, this here, I just use training, then this also will be training. Then I go and select the right income to it and then the right expenses to it. Then I will click what? Okay. Now before I go further, if you look at this is cost, while this one is what? Sales price. This is because if I enter anything here, it indicates that I want to automatically put the service so that when they select that service, it's going to be bringing the cost into the software, into the invoice. So I don't to be into the what they call it purchases. And if I click here, if I enter sales here, for example, let me go to the let it we are selling, I'm renting the service for 30,000, let's say 400,000, and under here my cost anytime I want to give the is 20,000. What I'm trying to say here is that anytime I want to incur expenses on this training, it's going to be 20,000 instead of you to be looking for the price or not. And anytime I'm selling out, it's going to be 400,000 for me. I'm going to show you what how it's going to be applied when we get to how to create invoice. So I want to try to create a particular invoice to attach income to it, but I don't have income. But let me quickly use anyone. Let me use the other income to this one, and I come to the expenses here. If it's not here now, we have to what? Create the right one to it. By scrolling up, you see add new. You want to create see add new or and then but I don't want to go there because we have already made mention of that one, but I want to use the already existing one just to teach you how to do that. This is income is wrong. It could be under expenses. I go to under expenses, I then click it. Let me select this one and I want to use. After that one, I will click, I put the description here, which is what is here before. I come under here and put training. Then I will click OK. If that's all, that is how to create services. That's how to create services when you are creating services for the QuickBook desktop. From there, it is then left for you to say, I want to create invoice. Then don't forget that in today's lecture or today's tutorial, we focus more on services, how to create services using QuickBook desktop. Next time, the following tutorial will be how can you be able to create items items for people that are selling items, they are not rendering services. How can you be able to create it? It's a little bit different from how can you be able to create services with QuickBooks. Thank you very much. You can subscribe to our channel. Once again, subscribe to our channel so that you'll be able to get updates on how can be able to use QuickBooks. Thank you very much.